Hello, welcome to another video on the result of a major auction. Yesterday was the big heritage auction. Usually heritage auction is a lot of big mega key, golden age and silver age, and this auction had plenty of all that good stuff as well as original arts. And the golden age selection was pretty nice. It did not have any marquee book like an Action 1 or Detective 27, but there were plenty of other goodies. I did not win anything, but my pocket is. I actually tried to bid on a few items, but unfortunately my internet yesterday was very bad. There was quite a few times where the internet stopped working. In fact, in one of the occasions I was trying to place a bid and it didn't go through. Oh well, not a big deal, but like I said, happy wallet. Okay, so let's go through some of the highlight of this video of this auction. First up, the high price. I think some of the highest auction is right here. Here's a beautiful X-Men 1 9.0. Beautiful. And this is one of those copy where the green in this area is not dark green, it's a lighter green. One of the color variant, I guess, of X-Men #1. And this is a very strong price. Okay, this book has been dead flatline for the past, let's say, 5 years. But that is a very strong price for this book. I'm not sure if it's a record. If it's not, it's pretty close to a record high price for this book. Wiz 2 3.0. That's a pretty decent looking 3.0 for a whopping $52,580. Here's a Restore Superman 1 2.5. That's a pretty strong price right there. 33,460. Captain America 1 5.5. Beautiful copy. Wow. I think the highest book for this auction is this book right here, Detective 33 Origin of Batman. 83,000 for an 8.0. Wow. Welcome back. As you can see, that is some crazy high prices. In my opinion, Detective 33 is one of those books that should get more attention, but it doesn't, because I have said this in other videos before where I felt that for any character the most important book is of course the first appearances. Then the next most important book should be the origin. Sadly, the market drift away from that ideas or concept over the past few years, and I think that trend is not changing anytime soon. For sure, for detective comic books, issue 31, 29, and maybe even 35, with cooler covers, more likely to fetch a better better price on any given grade compared to Detective 33. It's still on the top 5 most desired detective comics, but to me it's the second most important behind Detective 27. And you know, when it comes down to Golden Age, one of the things that we see very often is 0.5 grade. And if I have any kind of complaint with CGC, is the 0.5 grades. I think there is a significant amount of inconsistency in the grading of 0.5 book. If you want to know what I'm talking about, if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch this next few clips. Okay, this is one of the few highlights for Bronze. This is Star Wars #1, the 35 cents variant, a fairly rare book. Okay, I don't see that many copies around, and whenever they show up in any auction, it goes for crazy money. Here's a 9.0. Wow. Here we go. This is the other Bronze book that went fairly high for this auction. A 9.6, gorgeous book. Beautifully centered. 83.65. And if you look at the past auction, if I can find it somewhere. Here we go. Let's look at the prices. Sure, we're talking about 3-4 years ago. Okay, go back to 2012, 2011. Let's look at that. Nowhere near the 8,000. So crazy. So here's a 0.5 that was auctioning off yesterday. Missing the back cover, as you can see, and it was 15,535. Ghost Rider #1. This book has been sucking wind in the past few years, and beautiful copy. 1912. Okay, and let's take a look at the reason why I say it's been sucking wind. Okay, back in 2010, 3,100. 2011, 2,600. 2012, just over 2,000. So at 1,900, it's still declining, but at least at the minimum, the decline is at a smaller percentage, but still, this is a very good example of why collecting 9.8 Bronze books is dangerous. Okay, so this is the 0.5 Batman 1 that was sold on eBay a few months back. You can see it does have a back cover. About a third of the back cover is missing. Okay, 13,700. Here is another 0.5 Marvel Comics. This used to be the most valuable comic books of all of comic books. Marvel Comics, even above Action 1 and Detective 27 back in the 80s. Throughout, you know, from the 60s, 70s through the 80s, I think this was deemed the most valuable comic books. And as you can see, it's a 0.5, and it has a back cover. It's just that the front cover is completely split and in pretty bad shape. 22,705. Welcome back. As you can see, you saw 3 different copies at 0.5. Surely, I think the one with the completely missing back cover, I'm not sure if I would call that a 0.5, but anyhow, you can see the price. It is higher than the one that was on eBay 3 months ago. So a 0.5 Batman missing the back cover is over 15K. Hot books. And let's see, as far as the other 0.5 is the Marvel comics, and then like I mentioned before, that book used to be the top dog, and over the years sentiment has changed, and that's one thing I want to segment into, as far as how over the years books shift in level of importance. Like back in the 80s, if you look at any price guide, you will see that Marvel comic books was on top, and then you have action, and then you have detective, and then you have maybe Wiz 2, things like that. But now all that have shuffled a little bit, and the same thing can be said with Silver Age. If you look at Silver Age throughout the 70s, 80s, even 90s, Fantastic Four #1 was value higher, if not the same as Amazing Fantasy 15. Okay, for many years, but I think since over the past 10 years, Amazing Fantasy 15 has separate, and I don't think Fantastic Four is going to catch up anytime soon. For this auction, there was a beautiful Fantastic Four #1. Okay, so here's a beautiful Fantastic Four #1 that went for 19,120. And here it is, the same book exactly a year ago, same price. So there's a stalling out at that price level for the Fantastic Four #1 7.0. As you can see, the Fantastic Four 7.0 is so much lower than an Amazing Fantasy 15. Okay, a 7.0 Amazing Fantasy 15 would probably cost, if I have to guess, at least twice as much. So the gap between Amazing Fantasy 15 and Fantastic Four is widening, and it will keep on widening at this pace, because in the next clip, as you can see, in this auction, the price of Amazing Fantasy 15 is keep going up. Wow, what can I say? That is one hot book. So here is a 4.5 Amazing Fantasy 15 that went for $16,730. And if you compare it to other copies that was auctioned off last year. Just look at this one. August, February, and May. May of 2013, February 2014, August 2014. And just look at the price. Sure, the page quality is slightly worse, but just look at the prices. Keep going up and up and up. Literally almost double. And before I go, I just want to end this video with some of my favorite book in this auction. They are beautiful, gorgeous book, and if you want to stick around, you will see a few books that I consider gorgeous and beautiful. And if I hit the lottery, I would have loved to bid on those books, but not for me. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye. My high pedigree, 40,000. My goodness. Beautiful. All select number 4. Let's see if we can get you a better screen. It's so sharp. What makes the high pedigree so special? Just look at the black. This book is 71 years old. Just look at how sharp, razor sharp edge and corner. Look at that. Goodness. Look at the back cover. Gorgeous white. Beautiful. Next up on my favorite of this auction is this beautiful Superman 14. Just look at how sharp this book is. Very rare to see something this gorgeous for this book. Wow. And the price? 35,000. Wow. And this is the last of my favorite. Love this cover. Such a gorgeous drawing. Look at that. That's a sharp book. It's rare to see this book in higher grades.